The video you're about to see is actually not owned by me. I did everything, but all of the pictures and maybe even the music used, the theme that's used, many other things, it's not really mine to actually use. This is basically done for entertainment purposes, and it's not used for profit whatsoever. For anyone who actually is pissed off by this can actually go and talk to me, but most likely it's a good idea to actually just be cool and say, well, at least I look hot. For anyone who actually is offended by any opinions or biased opinions, quote unquote, said by me, can actually say, oh, you suck too, and thumbs this down. If this actually becomes a very, very popular video, I would like to say that no profit will still be done by me unless some way figured, and either way, I guess R.L. Stine deserves most of the profits in the first place. So please keep this in mind when you're watching this video, and always remember, this is for guys who grew up with Goosebumps and actually had a fling with them. A nice little crush, a little itty bitty crush on them. So remember that when you're watching this video, and thank you for watching. And please, if you are angry, do not attack me. Instead, attack the Batman. Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to this. I know I really wanted to do this last week, but lots of things came up, and now we finally get to do something cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the girls of Goosebumps. And for anyone who's like, what about guys of Goosebumps? What about them? I would like to just tell you, side notes, is that the dude that played from Jumper / who was Anakin Skywalker actually was featured in Night of the Limit Dummy 3. He played as Zane. Yeah, so look at that and you'll be like, holy. And for anyone else who's a Ryan Gosling fan, looks like Ryan Gosling also made a guest appearance, and he was actually the person who played Greg in Say Cheese and Die. He was actually the main character. Sadly, when they made the sequel, they didn't even think Ryan Gosling was cool now, and I think these days, if they actually look back, they're like, holy frick, we had an A-list actor, and we replaced him. What the hell were we thinking? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you part 1. This is all of season 1. Every single girl, well, every single main character and kind of side character, sidekick / somewhat love interest. Well, because since, yeah, it was, I think it ranged from like, I was a 3-year-old when it came, 4-year-old when it came, so let's say 4 to 12 years old. So technically, yes, you can have a love interest, but it's not like really kissy, lovey, let's have a good humpy day. No, it's nothing like that. It's basically nice and sweet and innocent. But anyways, let's get on to it, shall we? And I'm going to start with the first one, the promo, which actually is episode 12. But I think it's only fair that we actually start with the promo because, well, technically promo / pilot. But anyways, let's get on with it. Everyone, it started with Stay Away from the Basement. And Stay Away from the Basement, I think there might actually be 2 episodes of this. 2 versions of it. One episode version of it is the fact that you had R.L. Stine playing as the father. And in the other one, which is episode 12, actually had him replaced. So I don't know if that's a special thing. I don't really know. But anyways, let's get on with it. So, from Stay Away from the Basement, there was part 1 and part 2 of this. The person that you most likely like, guys out there, was Margaret Brewer. Which Margaret Brewer was nothing but the daughter of the scientist. And, well, yeah. So let me just take a look at this. Where is her picture? Well, technically, since I was like a 4-year-old, I didn't really have any, like, infatuation with her at all. So because of that, I would basically say, whatever. But Let's just see her transformation, shall we? And look at that. Yeah, I do have to admit, she did grow into a fine, beautiful woman. And her real name is actually Beki Lantos. But, well, Benti Lantos actually is her new name. She actually got married, and back in the day, she actually was called Rebecca Henderson. Rebecca Henderson, well, she did a few things, I think. Yeah, so she did like the acting just a little bit, but she eventually went into motherhood, and that's what we got here, is the fact that she is in motherhood now. She's in mother mode. So for anyone's out there who's like, ooh, I so want to date her, as long as you're not one of those homewreckers, then I can only tell you, sorry, man. She's taken. She has a few kids. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, but it's the end. You can't get a chance to actually date this lady. I'm very sorry. Very, very sorry. I am truly sorry. For anyone who wants to see her latest work, one thing that you can watch her in is Tribulation, and that came out in 2000, and also Skyfall, which it's coming out this year, which let's just have a little look-see before I continue on. Let's see, Skyfall, it's a comedy, and it came out in August 27, 2014. So, hopefully you guys can snag that on video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the next up is the real, actual, freaking episode of Goosebumps, which is The Haunted Mask Part 1, and I also will include Part 2 as well. And oh my gosh, dude. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah. Sorry guys, I was just trying to figure out something. Well, anyways, so you have The Haunted Mask Part 1 and Part 2. And this actually dealt with a girl named Carly Beth, or Carly Beth Cadwell. And she basically got a mask. And turns out the mask had some messed up power. The fact that it wants to take over and take control of her body. Which, yeah, that so kind of sounds sexy to me now, actually saying that out loud. Well, anyways, let's continue on, shall we? So, the person who played Carly Beth is named Kathryn Long, which let me just show you what she looked like in there. And now we show you what she looks like today, or at least close to what she looks like. Or anyway, Kathy Long, basically, she hasn't really been into anything. And it looks like she's an artistic director from Vancouver Junior Professional Division since 2005. That's most likely why she hasn't been in any movies whatsoever. But for anyone who does want to see her in a movie, the closest thing that you could see her in, but it won't really help you like when you're actually checking her out, is from the 2002 movie Crossing the Line. But anyways, I say she actually held up nicely. She didn't look like she changed one bit. She actually grew into one fine young woman, which actually she is more of, the crazy thing about all this is that mostly all these girls who I'm talking about are older than me by at least a few years. Or heck, maybe 13 years, 14 years. Because they all were born in the 80s. And I was born in the 90s. So it's kind of like, yeah. The only funny part is that, along with this one, which I should add it down below, but oh well, is Kathryn Short. She actually has a standalone episode too. But in this one, she actually plays Sabrina Madison, and she's maybe one of the few who actually has been in more than one episode. Was used more than once. Unlike with the Haunting Hour, who actually uses kids all the time, reuses them. But hey, I think it's a good idea that they're actually reusing them. And it looks like that The Haunting Mask Part 2 also came on at the same day. So it basically was 1 hour episode. Just like what happened with the promo slash the pilot, Stay Away from the Basement. That's interesting. Alright, the next one. This one is one that's kind of funny actually talking about. But anyway, it's called the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. And basically you have this Michael guy who actually messed with the cuckoo clock. And then all of a sudden, he traveled back in time and noticed that he did something messed up. So he had to put things back together. And when he did, he accidentally did something messed up to his little sister. And technically his little sister should be close to my age or whatsoever. And that's basically the center. So for anyone who actually watched this when they were little, or when they're older, of course. If you were 12 years old, this is one where you actually should skip. Yeah, skip this episode because the little sister was just nothing but a 4-year-old. It's kind of, ew, gross, disgusting. But anyways, her name was Tara Webster, and Tara Webster was played by Kristen Bone. And Kristen Bone right here, it's kind of funny. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun or anything, but it looks like the cuckoo clock did more than just screwed her over. I mean, if you look at this, basically the last video that you actually could see her in is none other than Mean Girls. That's right. So for anyone, when I was trying to relook at this, I was like, okay, so you're trying to tell me she was in Mean Girls. Yeah. And it turns out, if you remember Mean Girls, and you remember there was a short girl who was by a wheelchair girl, which I should show these right now. Here's what, of course, most likely this is what she looks like now. I mean, then, and this is what she looks like right now. Yeah, this is a big disconnect. This is one of the disconnects that I shouldn't actually say anything about, because that's how it is these days. Is that if I say something messed up about her, if I tell you the freaking truth, you most likely will be like, oh my gosh, you monster, how could you? It's not right to make fun of people like that. And I'm like, I'm not making fun. I'm only saying that the cuckoo clock had some adverse effects. Really had some effects on her in real life. But I'm just messing around. But I'm just saying, it looked like the cuckoo clock did have something to do with the whole, she still is her original size as a kid. I'm just saying, the cuckoo clock looks like a big jerk now, because it seems like it actually did do something to her. Rewrote her, and now she is, yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, John White, who played her older brother, yeah, there's nothing to cry about. At least John White actually has a picture. Yeah, the only picture I can get of her is actually from Mean Girls, so that's why you can actually see where she was, or what she played within Mean Girls. Wow. You do have to mean wow on that one. Alright, the next one is The Girl Who Cried Monster. I don't remember this one whatsoever. Technically, I didn't even watch the Cuckoo Clock one either. So, yeah, it's kind of like a big disconnect. I was basically 5 years old right now, so I don't know. Maybe I didn't feel like watching Goosebumps back then, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I think I started watching Goosebumps when I was like 6 years old. Truthfully watching Goosebumps 6 years old. But anyways, The Girl Who Cried Monster. Yeah, this is basically just the whole thing of, yeah, the main character, her name is Lucy. She basically enjoys frightening people, and especially her little brother, telling her messed up tales. But it turns out that she found a real monster, and no one truly believes her. And then all of a sudden, at the very freaking end, you'll basically say, oh my gosh. Oh my freaking gosh. Run! Huh. I just noticed something. I wonder if it's true. But it seems to me that the person who played Lucy, which her name is Lucy Dark, and here she is right now, it seems like she actually might have a sister. Yeah, it does make sense because her name is Scorsone or Scorsone, and there's a Scorsone who actually played, which you'll hear about her in Night of the Living Dummy 2, but still it's kind of like, what? And let's see. I hope I found her. I wonder if I found her. Let's see. Yep, I kind of found her, or at least I hope this is her. If not, then damn. But I think this is pretty much her. It's a clear match. It's a real clear match of who is who. Because if you look at both of them, they technically look the same. So hopefully this is the right person. If not, then I'm very sorry, especially if you're watching right now, Miss Deborah. So, yeah. But anyways, it looks like she held up nicely. Her hair definitely held up nicely. And the funny part is that the person who played the monster, Mr. Mortman, he actually has his profile all ready to go. Well, yeah, let me just check out Deborah's surname, right? Let's look at your thing, Deborah. Yeah, this is the real reason why we can't find Deborah, or at least her picture, and I had to guess. It's because she's one of the ones who was a child actor. And because he was a child actor, basically, there is no real reason why they have to make a actual profile of her because, well, she was a child actor. It's like, yeah, as soon as she did that one thing, she's gone forever. Which, it's kind of sad how it goes. I mean, yeah, it's going to be hard to track you down and everything. I mean, if you're a part of Goosebumps, especially if you actually... Most likely they're not going to make you a part of it. Yeah, most likely they're not going to make you a part of the new Goosebumps movie. But I'm just saying, if you're actually part of the Goosebumps thing, you should definitely make sure your profile at least have your picture on it so that people are able to contact you. And, maybe they'll have a reunion where they're like, alright, here's the person who was in Goosebumps who's played as Lucy Dark. Dun, 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 whatever. But anyways, yeah. Alright, let's see. Next up is Welcome to Camp Nightmare, Part 1 and Part 2. This one I can remember, but I can't really remember the ending, but chances are I did watch the ending as well. This one is definitely one I remember. So, yeah. And it looks like the main character actually... Yeah, the person who played the main character actually has a profile as well. So you made it very, very hard to actually look for this person. And what's worse is just the fact of, well, this is another child actor. Meaning this is another one that actually has a blank and I can't find crap. Let me just make sure Yep, another child actor. Yeah, but anyways, this person played Dawn. And let me just look right quick to see what Dawn looked like real quick. Chances are, I think she might actually look pretty decent. Yeah, Dawn is the one that's like right there where Disney XD wants to take over her. Yeah, she's right there. Yeah, chances are Dawn right there will most likely have grown up to be kind of cool. Yeah, that's basically it. There's really nothing else to explain on this. I mean, yeah. Yeah, this came around the Thanksgiving season. Definitely in the Thanksgiving season. I can kind of remember it a little bit, but not a lot. But anyways, now it's time for the one where I'm like, oh, I had that book. But, man, dark forces, I can feel darkness in it. And darkness was seeping out of it. And I was freaking out. Yeah, the whole spiritual battle thing. Yeah, that kind of thing, So, yeah, I did have this book, but I gave it to somebody. Anyways, we have Brooke Rogers. And Brooke Rogers, oh yeah, sorry. And the episode is called The Phantom of the Auditorium. I actually did get that book. I had that book, but I had to give it up. I wish I actually sold it and get some money out of it, but I just gave it up for free. Oh well. Well, anyways, for her, Basically, she's played by... Oh, wait, let me just talk about this. So, Brooke, she won the winning role in the school's production of The Phantom. But talk of the play is being cursed, and the nightmares she's experiencing are apparently warnings of her fear that the show will not go on. Which the show did go on, but the thing is that someone crashed the party. So it kind of was one of the first, which I don't really know if there's, lots of those. Yeah, I didn't really check until like later. Yeah, this is one of the ones I actually watched later in life. And because I watched it later in life, I'm like, Brooke. I just like the story more than anything. Yeah. So, with that said, basically, the person who played Brooke is none other than Jessica Moyes. Well, anyways, so for Jessica here, she hasn't been in anything except for a TV series and a TV movie. That's all she's been in. So, and what's worse is that it was in 1995 and 1996. So most likely she was just getting some of that money for maybe college or something, and it most likely worked out for her. But for right now, there is really no new picture, no nothing to actually compare her to, but chances are, looking at this one, I think she most likely doesn't wear those glasses at all, and most likely she has grown to be a fine young woman. I should stop saying young woman because she's older than me, so it's kind of like, yeah, chances are she's older than me. Alright, the next one is one that is I didn't really give a darn about, truly don't give a darn about, but anyways, it's Piano Lessons Can Be Murder. And Jerry and his family moved to a new home, and he found an old abandoned piano. After deciding to take lessons, a ghost warned him that the music school attends is not what it seems, which is sure freaking is it. The good news is that it's not like some sex ring or some sex deviant where they have kids getting spanked and crap, or make it a Chinese... Not to make any fun, but I'm just saying, like a Chinese shop, the fact that they have kids working down there who are making pianos or some kind of crap. No. It's basically messed up, but not... Well, actually, it's worse than actually messed up. Anyways, basically, you know that since I said Jerry, it has to be a girl. It has to be like a person that is kind of a love interest / just friendship. And luckily for us, this actress, which she played as Kim, and here's Kim right now, or Kim has already been on here. Well, anyways, Kim basically, she was played by Erica Luttrell, and what's crazy is that Erica Luttrell can be found on YouTube. You can type up Erica Luttrell, and you could actually see her. Yeah, you definitely see her. And it looks like to me that her profile just talks about how she does some voice acting mostly. And that's about it. Yeah, they don't really want to do anything. Yeah, there's really nothing truly something to say. But anyways, look at her. Check her out. Yeah, I picked one of the best ones that I could actually choose. Hopefully she won't be pissed off. But, yeah. I do have to admit, she does look quite beautiful. You do have to admit, from her childhood age where she has puffy hair to now where she's straightened it out and everything. I do have to admit, she did held up nicely and she became very, very beautiful. So for anyone out there who actually liked the girl from Lessons Can Be Murder, even though this is one of the ones where she had a minor role. Yeah, she had a minor role. There was like at least 3 times in the episode she showed up, so it's kind of like, if you don't even remember her, it's alright. This is not one of the ones where it was an adventure, they both go together, or anything, or they both explore. Yeah, this one's quite different. Alright, next up is one of the ones that was kind of crazy to do, which is Return of the Mummy. And let me just do a little description. Basically, when visiting his uncle and cousin in Egypt, yep, his cousin, that's really what we're going to look at, Gabe inadvertently brings a mummified prince back from the dead. Oh, I gotta remember what happens, but this one, I think the mummy was actually good. Well, anyways, his cousin is Sari Hassad. Yeah, I think Sari. Yeah, Sari Hassad. And Sari Hassad, she does look quite cute in that one. Yeah, hey, don't freaking make this pervy and weird, because she's older than me. She's older than me. So, it's only cool that I'm able to say how cute she was when she was little. Okay? Okay? Don't you dare make it weird. This is not weird. So anyways, the person who played her was Annick Obonsawin. And I don't think, I couldn't find a picture of her because, well, you know what happens. Chances are she is none other than she's not, she's a child actor, but she still acts even though. It looks like you're able to see her in Charlie Bartlett, which that was in 2007, and she actually voiced in The Nut Job, which is kind of funny. But anyways, I think, I can't show you before and after. I'm going to try to do this one more time just to see if I'm able to actually do this. I think that is her. Yeah, that is her. Oh, cool. I have a picture to show now. Yeah, now I have a picture to show you guys. Awesome. And the only messed up part is that her picture has red eyes in it. So that's kind of sad. Oh, and she plays in Cyber Chase, which I hate that show. I'm sorry, but I really do hate that show. It does make sense, though. It does make sense. But hey, there you go. You guys get to see her now. There you go. Before and after. Yeah, I'd say that she held up. She held up very nicely. It doesn't seem like anything at all happened wrong. The only messed up part is just the fact that the dude who took this picture, he should have learned about red eye. My gosh. 2 flashes before you take a picture. That's how you defeat red eye. And it looks like she's actually part of a panel. So, yeah. Well, anyways, there you go. You guys get to see her. And for anyone who actually liked what she looks, well, I'm sorry that this picture's not as glamorous as it should be, but hey, there's you go. There you go. Alright, next up is none other than the one that it freaked me out, freaked my friend out. We both didn't want to watch it. This actually came out on Sunday. It was on Sunday at 8 p.m. We both were like, oh, hell no. Yeah, we both were freaking cringing when it was on. And I really, truly had believed for years that Night of the Living Dummy was shown on that night. And then never again. And then you have 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, it's kind of like, so you're telling me that when they said they were showing Night of the Living Dummy, they basically meant they were showing Night of the Living Dummy 2. Which there's a reason why they actually have to show the second one and never show the first one at all. Even though there was one person who did try, or a couple of people who did try to make Night of the Living Dummy, but sadly, they stopped last year. Last year they were trying to do it, and then all of a sudden they just straight up stopped. No idea if they ran out of money, or they basically said, this is stupid, screw it, we quit. But anyways, let's get to the real thing. Night of the Living Dummy 2. This one actually deals with 2 girls. 2 sisters, actually. One is Maggie Castle, and as you can see, she's the one who's actually holding Slappy right there. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of creepy, and I'm so deleting that picture as soon as we're done with this. So doing it. But anyways, everyone knows the story, right? You guys know the story? The fact that she had a ventriloquist dummy named Dennis, but he kept on losing his head. But because she kept on pestering her dad to get a new one, she basically did. And of course, she agrees. Amy's dad did bring home a dummy, and of course, we know who his name is. And the first night of his arrival, a series of strange pranks happen, and everyone seems to deny playing. Oh, yeah. And however, Amy begins to realize the truth, though no one will believe her, and soon it might be too late, but I mean, not sadly for the slappy bastard, but I'm sorry, but still, yeah. The good news is that he gets thwarted and everyone figures it out. But anyways, let's look at Amy. Yeah, we got Amy right here holding Slappy. She's kind of cool. She's kind of cool, okay? So, yeah, you have Amy right here. Amy Kramer. She's okay. Yeah, she's okay. But personally, just because I'm a guy, chances are Amy right here is the same age as me. Maybe a little bit. She's close to my age. But the person I truly was looking at was her older sister, Sarah. Yeah, that's right. I was looking at her older sister, Sarah. Yeah. That's kind of funny how it goes. But anyways, let me just show you what Amy turned into. Let's show up again and afterwards. Yep, and look at Amy now. Wow. I'm sorry, Amy. Well, actually, her real name is Maggie Castle. And Maggie Castle, actually, let's see what Maggie Castle did lately. But anyways, for anyone who actually wants to see Maggie Castle and anything else, definitely look at The Traveler's Wife. Yeah, she was an actress known for The Time Traveler's Wife. I'm shocked I didn't see her or notice her, but it's because, well, what'd you expect? She was a freaking kid when I seen her, and yeah. But anyways, yeah, The Time Traveler's Wife was a good one. It's very good. It's kind of sad, though, but whatever. Anyways, the next one is Sarah Kramer. The one I basically looked at and said, oh, yeah, I would so... Yeah, basically those days I love tickling, so yeah, I would tickle her to death. Anyways, her name is really Katharina Scorsone. Yes, as you guys can, like I mentioned, basically are those sisters. Yeah, you have Deborah and now you have Katharina. Maybe they're sisters. There's nothing really mentioning the fact that she was a sister, but hey, whatever. And it looks like she actually started acting when she was 8. So that means that she was... What? Okay, I'm confused. I was trying to figure out... Oh, okay. 1981. Alright. Yeah, so she's just 9 years older than me. That's not that bad. That's not that bad at all. Well, anyways, you can see her in... Oh. It looks like you can't really see her anything unless you actually import some of our neighbors upstairs TV shows. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's anything, but it looks like, yeah, you might actually have to go upstairs if you want to actually see it. Yeah, but it looks like, yeah, she's did a good job, and it looks like there's no mentioning of a sister, so it could be a cousin. Deborah could be her cousin or something. But anyways, yeah. Looking at her right now, it's kind of like, I say she's not that bad at all. Yeah, she didn't change one bit at all. So, yeah, I definitely would date her. Well, anyways, with that aside, let's continue on with this. Well, still, yeah, those two are good. Yeah, those two, I definitely will put number 1 thumbs up on it. But truth be told, none of these are any of them that I actually was like, ooh, I would so like to see her or date her. Even though I do have to say that for Night of the Living Dummy 2, these 2 girls, yeah, I most likely would definitely want to actually see them grown up, which I did. So I'm like, oh man, y'all guys look awesome. Of course, next up is freaking Stay Out of the Basement. Yeah, they aired it again. Of course, they had to air it again. Yeah, it's kind of sad that they replaced R.L. Stein. Anyways, next up is none other than my hairiest adventure. After Larry and his friends used the content of an expired bottle of instant tan, strange things started happening. Larry begins to grow hair on unusual parts of his body. Oh my. And his friend starts to disappear. Which it's kind of funny. This is one of the ones where it's like it's not what it seems. I mean, you would figure they're like, oh crap, the instant suntan did something, but it's more different. It's different. It actually wasn't the suntan lotion or the instant tan lotion at all. Well, anyways, besides we have freaking Larry here, the real person we want to look at is Lily Turnbull. And Lily Turnbull is, hey, I think she's cute. I most likely looked at her and said, yeah. And shook my head and nodded and said, yeah. Anyway, she was played by none other than Courtney Gregg. I think that's how I said it. Say it. But anyways, like usual, you'll hit lots of rocks here. I hit a few so far. Courtney does not have anything because, well, she's a child actor. So as she's a child actor, you know what child actors do. They do one thing, maybe a few others, and then after that, they go do something else. I just wonder how much did she actually get paid for? I mean, did she do it just because someone was like, hey, you're cool. I think you should be in this TV show. Or was it the fact that she wanted money for something, and as soon as she got money for something, she was like, okay, and then as soon as she need another thing, you need more money to buy something else she wanted, she most likely did other ventures like yard work and everything instead of actually coming back. But I do have to admit, with Goosebumps here, they're not like Haunted Hour at all. Because Haunted Hour rehires people. They rehire kids. Yeah, Goosebumps, they do hire. They do rehire, but they don't really do the whole, oh yeah, we're going to rehire them for the second one. It seems to me that if you really want to stay hired for like at least for the whole entire thing, you most likely will get the whole, you do part one, you do part two, okay. Yeah, but if it's kind of spaced out like Say Cheese and Die, for instance, then yeah. Yeah. Well, anyways, I think Courtney most likely would have held up nicely. Next up is the one that I don't really remember at all seeing. It came from beneath the sink. I remember that. I remember the book. I know what the book looks like. But as for the whole thing itself, I don't think I saw it. I had to see it later. Way later. Well, anyways, when her family moves into a new house, Kat finds a sponge which appears to be alive, but no one will believe her. After this discovery, the family is besieged with bad luck, and Kat is convinced that the sponge is behind it. Which it sure was. She tried to get rid of it, but getting rid of it wasn't a good idea. And then she found out that singing to it makes it happy and crap. And then, yeah, and then the stupid dog comes with something else. And then, oh my gosh, I ruined it for you. Screw it. Yeah, this sucks. It sucked. Okay? It sucked. But anyways, I do have to admit that yeah, Kat Merton, but she's also known as Kathryn Obile. Isobel. Sorry, not Obile, Isobel. Well, with this picture right here, she looks like one of the ones that could actually grown up to be the girl next door. I think she definitely could have done that. And from how they wrote her character, I guess it was okay. I guess it was really okay. So, yeah. The good news is that so far in this whole entire series or this season, there's really no girl that I was like truly irritated about and saying, oh my gosh, shut the hell up. Besides, I don't even really remember them that much. So, yeah. Anyways, So let's just show you what Cat Merton really is. Cat Merton is actually Kathryn Isabel. Sorry. Isabella. Isabella. Well, anyways, Kathryn Isabel. Basically, as you can see, she grew up nice. She grew up nice. Like I told you, she definitely actually could be the girl next door. Well, anyways, oh yeah. What? Aw, dang it. So it turns out that, yeah, I kind of screwed up here. It turns out that her name actually is. One second, let me check something out just to make sure. True. Oh, okay. Okay. So either she changed her thing or did some kind of stupid thing, or maybe she's married now. I don't freaking damn know. I don't freaking damn know. But anyways, basically, she actually was within the series. She was actually under the name Kathryn Isabel. So yeah, as you can see, her name basically changed. She changed her name to something interesting, and her last name is actually Murray. So it's kind of like, so you dropped your last name? Well, let me just get on with this so I can get on with the rest of it. So, if you want to see something she done that's very, very present, American Mary is one thing that you most likely will watch. And I think most likely you guys will be shocked to actually know that she was in Freddy vs. Jason. Which, right now, remembering, I said, yeah, that does make sense. Oh, and her nickname is Katie. It looks like she wrote everything. And looks like she refused to do nude scenes and has had a body double for every instance where such a scene exists, including a bed and shower scene in Freddy vs. Jason, and rising from the bed scene from Ginger Snaps the beginning, and the bed scene in Engaged to Kill, to name but 3. The same woman body doubled the later 2. Wow. I'm sorry for anyone out there who actually was hoping to actually get to see her naked. So it turns out that for anyone who's like, oh yeah, and I got to see her naked. Sorry folks, it looks like she actually refused to do nude scenes. So, I'm sorry. I think that technically does rate her in the girl next door, but she's one of the ones that's very tricky. Anyways, nah, I'm just kidding. Katie, if you are watching this, hey, don't get mad at me. Don't kill me. Don't bring Jason over here. Hey, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. Oh, anyways, let's continue on, shall we? Next up is Say Cheese and Die, and I actually mentioned this one. Ryan Gosling was actually the main character in this. Greg Banks. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm gonna say. Yes, screw anything else you guys are gonna hope. Oh, please do Boys of Goosebumps. No. Alright, no. I'm a guy. Hell no. And anyways, let's get on with the girls of Goosebumps. So you basically have Sherry Walker, and here she is right now. And of course, for anyone who's like, oh, but I didn't see this episode before. I have no idea what it is. Most likely you guys read the book. But anyways, I'll just read it anyways. Greg and his friends break into an old warehouse where they find an unusual camera. Somehow, the photographs Greg takes with it seems to predict disaster, and it becomes convinced the camera is cussed. Yeah, he kept the camera. I think he put it in some kind of freaking vault or some kind of crap. So, yeah. Anyways, what we're doing is just basically one of his friends / little love interest. Which is, her name is Sherry Walker. And Sherry Walker, that's basically all you really need to know. Yeah. So anyways, Sherry Walker. And basically, I'm happy to actually tell you that her actress, or the actor who plays her, is Renée Blitz. And she actually doesn't truly have some stuff on it, but at least I can tell you where you can find her. If you guys really want to see something that actually has her in it, then basically the Prince of Selkirk Avenue is the closest thing you can actually watch that has her in it. Even though it says right here it was a short. Ouch. And she played Hannah. Well, anyways, only thing I was able to get or snag is just a clip from it. So yeah, as you can see, you know that she's the girl on the right. I mean left, right? Yeah, she's definitely not the guy. I mean, yeah. So yeah, as you can see, basically she didn't become different at all. Yeah, I mean look at that. Yeah, she didn't become any different. But since I don't think I saw this episode whatsoever as a kid, and I was close to being 6 years old, yeah, there's really nothing to truly see. I mean, as soon as you see it as a teenager and stuff, you're kind of like, yeah, ew, man, no, no. All right, next up is A Night in the Terror Tower, Part 1 and Part 2. Yes. And of course, we have Kathryn Short, who plays the maiden in this. Yeah, no one actually added the plot. I was kind of reading the plot. Yes, I know, big cheat. But anyways, I think I remember what to say on this one. This one, basically, you had a couple of kids, which at first you thought that they actually had parents with them. And they were touring around this medieval place, and then all of a sudden, they traveled back in time to medieval times, and eventually they figured out that, oh crap, it turns out that they were from medieval times, and the magician, or the wizard back then, sent them to the future to protect them. But sadly, they came back in time, so that means that they're in peril. They're actually prince and princess, and it ended out for the best, actually. It ended out very, very good. It was good how it ended it. Well, anyways, you have Kathryn Short. As you can see, Sue. Yeah, she just got just one word, Sue. And of course, this is actually the clip from how the episode ended. So, yeah. Well, anyway, she looks quite cute, don't you think? She looks so quite cute. Well, anyways, Kathryn Short, basically, she is none other than a what? A freaking child actor. There is nothing whatsoever in the freaking thing. But the good news is that she is one of the ones who actually was in more than one Goosebumps episode. Which so far, I'm kind of like, wow. Yeah, it says 6, but I think actually she's in 4. Yeah. Kind of weird they repeated 2 of them. But anyways, she was also in The Haunted Mask. Oh, I see. She was in The Haunted Mask Part 1 and Part 2. And The Haunted Mask 2 Part 1 and Part 2. So it is 6. Okay, cool. Yeah, but since I already did Haunted Mask Haunted Mask, then basically I don't really need to do Cara Beth anymore, right? Because I did it. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I did it, so... Well, anyways, yeah. There's no picture of her because, well, she's a child actor. I think they should at least show themselves, so when someone actually maybe had a crush on them, and they're like, oh, I remember, man, I had a crush on her. Let's see if we can see what she looks like right now. I mean, it will help. I mean, it would be kind of funny. You could actually make a bet on it and see who actually had the best crush and time was friendly to. But oh well. Alright, last but not least is the end of season 1, The Werewolf of Fever Swamp, Part 1 and Part 2. And I'm still 5 years old. I'm still 5 years old when season 1 ended. Well, anyways, things has been strange ever since the new kid moved into Fever Swamp. A kid can't transform into a werewolf. Or could he? Yeah, so this one is quite a good one. I enjoyed it. This is basically an hour one. And this one, we do have a person, Grady Tucker. and it looks like Grady Tucker, his actor, actually has a thing just for you, just so you guys actually know who he is. And holy crap, he was in Freddy vs. Jason. two Goosebumps people who actually were in Goosebumps actually was in Freddy vs. Jason. How the frick does that work? Well, anyways, our main view is Emily Tucker. So Emily Tucker is basically his sister. And because, childhood actors, they only do one thing, a certain thing. Well, actually, it says right here that she actually went all the way to 1998. Which I guess 1991 actually. I mean, 2001. But, yeah, they don't really specify. Well, anyways, her name is none other than Marion Bennett. And I think I'm going to try my chances to at least, excuse me, to at least try to get her in 1998. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, she's old. Yeah, I forgot. Hey, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean that. I meant to say that she's older. So, since she's older and... yeah, sometimes my math is shot. Yeah, since she's older, that means that 1998 is a decent photo to show of her, right? So, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, frick, I pushed copy. My gosh. Yeah, anyway, so she did a few she did a few movies. Definitely did a few movies. And it looks like the 2001... the latest one that I could actually say, for some reason, I don't see it. I mean, I don't really see, the thing. It says After the Harvest, but there's no poster for it. Alright, I guess that's her? Or is this her? Let me just match. Let me just match right quick. Wow, she doesn't look any bit of what it looks like. Well, anyways, yeah. I guess we should just end it, shall we? Because there's nothing else. Yeah, so she won this round. But I will come back with 1.5 eventually, as soon as I... What? One video? What? One video? Hello Kitty animation theater? What the? Well, anyways, yeah, this is basically all that you have. This is the whole selection of girls you can see from Goosebumps who actually have something to show that they grew up. Yeah, sadly, maybe the childhood actors, they could have died, but at least I can say that Marion Bennett, I think she's most likely still alive, but all the other ones we can't really tell if she's alive or not. They're alive or not. But anyways, I enjoyed doing this one, and I think my top best ones had to be freaking the girls from Night of the Living Dummy 2. I enjoyed that. That was fun. So anyways, thank you for watching, and of course, if you enjoyed this series, make a like, because I might actually come back next year with the minor characters of it, like the parents and everything, and actually have some fun. So thank you for watching, and this was really enjoyable, and I hope this actually will become a big success. Thank you for watching. I said that again. And have a good day, and happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween.